Perry's was originally founded in 1908. We now have in excess of 55 dealerships across 32 separate locations nationwide. Prior to the investment, we had 2 separate locations, one based in Burnley and one based in Nelson. The brief was really to amalgamate both in one vicinity, to have technology to be able to provide obviously a consistent approach. Now what we as a company have developed is a development centre which engages with the customers at the beginning of the journey. So what we want to do is provide a standardised, efficient process in how we manage those customer inquiries. And for that, it's imperative that we rely on sophisticated technologies. Our relationship with Pacific started over 15 years ago, and they've been providing our audio, visuals and IT for the last 10 years. And what we've tried to do is create a happy, harmonious, professional working environment for our staff. But as you can see around, there's screens that display the visuals in terms of our analytics, in terms of our performance and our key performance indicators. In a company our size, one of our biggest problems is consistency. Due to the systems that we have in place, what we've now been able to measure is the performance in terms of how a journey started with that customer. We've been able to track that journey right from the start and right to the very end of that journey. And we can actually track back to where the inquiry originally came from, the original source.
The project itself actually was in 2 stages. We opened Mazda Kia first, which is roughly 14 months ago, and then we opened this one, which is roughly 12 months ago from today. Obviously it was a 2-stage development which involved us being involved with a lot of contractors doing a lot of stuff around the site. Pacific were actually flexible to come in at the time that we needed them to make sure that technology was actually on time and was actually in place. From that, we obviously had a schedule and a deadlines from the builders here that we needed the project to be finished on time. And to give you an idea of the scale, this site is 4 times larger than our old site. So from an economies of scale, there's a lot more to be done and a lot more to be put in place. And obviously the showrooms and getting all the technology in with all the comms as well, all that had to go in, so everything had to work together. Pacific came in to actually install the various bits of equipment we had around the place, specifically for me for TVs. In total, 22 televisions that went into this site, so it's quite a large scale operation for ourselves. Pacific, they raised the standard that we needed. It creates a professional atmosphere, and they were able to help with that. They were full service, they made sure everything was in place, and the TV was operational before they left the site, which is fantastic. And then a couple of issues that we might have had, which is more to do with the TVs and actually Pacific. They've been actually helpful, got the companies in to sort these things out for us and resolve those issues for us. I've been with Paris 15 years. I know Pacific have been a part of Paris for 15 years as well. It's a strong relationship. They do a lot of work for us across the group. I'm sure as we expand as a business, which every business does, I'm sure they're the type of organisation we want to see with us. So it's great.
Businesses can no longer afford to drive blind. And this is why we heavily rely on sophisticated technologies. And this is why Paul Tyler and the team at Pacific have really come into their own and provided the screens, the technology, which has enabled us to do our job in an efficient manner.